Don't you worry your pretty head about it. I'm gonna change it. Because sometimes they like to trick me and put it on medium wall height. I'm like, girl, I didn't sign up for that. Hi friends, hope you're doing swell. Hello friends, I hope you're doing swell and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Alexis. I would love it if you stuck around. So I've been doing like this little mini series on my channel since I've been uploading for the past 2 years. But basically, I like to make sure that I really want to pack before I invest in it because the packs are kind of expensive. So I like to see people's Let's Plays, build and buy, the cast, the gameplay, all of that good stuff before I actually decide whether or not I want to buy a pack. So one of the recent ones that I did get was Moonwood Mill, and today we're going to be exploring the world, also doing a little build as well, and of course you'll see more of that gameplay within the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge that we are currently doing on my channel. I do have the Nightmare Legacy Challenge, but having both of them going on at the same time is just not realistic for the other like challenges and stuff that I want to do. So Nightmare Legacy is on a pause just for a little bit, maybe until the cozy season, and we're just going to be focused on Very Veggie right now as a Let's Play on my channel. So hope you understand, but your girl works a 9-to-5 career. I'm married, we travel, we have a dog. It's just a lot going on, so I have to kind of prioritize what I want to actually put out on my channel because this is my cozy little hobby. But enough rambling. This is Moonwood Mill, so it doesn't look that big honestly compared to the other ones, maybe because it's a pack and not an expansion pack. That might have something to do with it. One of my favorite creators that I absolutely love watching is James Turner, and I think he actually did some of the builds over here too. I don't know which ones in particular, but I've seen all of his big wallet Let's Plays, and I want to say he's mentioned like, oh, this is such a beautiful build because he built it. But anywho, we have this little area up here, and then we have another area down here. So it looks like we only have 2 lots. I think we can actually get to this cave, but you have to be like a level 5 or level 10, whatever rank it goes to, type of werewolf to get into that secret cove and get up there. But this is the Volcove resident. So that has one of the people that's actually like the leader of one of the packs. So there's 2 packs. So it's the good people and kind of like the bad people. And he's a part of the good pack. But this is like the Townie family. Let's go ahead and go into build mode and kind of take a look at what their house is looking like so we can get a feel, because with these we're just gonna be doing base game in the pack. So that's what EA also used within that, so we can kind of see what actually came with the pack. Okay, usually afternoon lighting is my best friend, I've realized, but it's looking a little bit smoky and hazy. It might just be like the vibes of Moonwood Mill because it used to be like a lumber or a saw type of area, so that might be why. But it looks like over on this side we have a little shed, some planters. This looks new, and that honestly looks like Home Depot, which reminds me I am going to be vlogging. Well, I've been vlogging like weekly vlogging on my channel with Swell with Alexis, a little plug, but I'm doing a lot of home projects right now. So I'm going to refresh my office. I've been doing some painting around the house, doing a gallery wall. I'm going to be tilling the front yard, putting a pathway, got a little garden going in the back. We're doing a lot of home projects over here, but that just reminded me that I need to go get some more paint from Home Depot this afternoon. But this is like the little cabin. I guess this is where they can like, because they have like furies, I think that's what it's called, where they turn into werewolves like at the stroke of midnight. So maybe this is like a little enclosed place where they can do their fury without destroying too much stuff. But I like how run down this looks. I think it looks so cute and cozy. I'm just so excited for fall time, so I think this is going to be very good, especially within some of the fall builds I have planned. But I really do love this. I love how patchwork this is. That chair, it's got some little strike marks on the side like a werewolf has scratched it. And I even like this little backsplash. It's a little bit more run down. You can see another scratch mark right there, but I do really like that. And then this metal corrugated roof, that's a nice little detail. And those windows and doors look new as well. And then going over here, we have a new mailbox, which is nice. We can never have too many of those. But this seems like the main house. And sometimes they do have basements, but it doesn't look like they have any on this build. So let's go from right here. Where's the front door? We have 2 entrances. So this is the front door, I'm guessing. So we had a nice little kitchen. It looks like this is a new like chairs. Yeah, totally stable. But this table, is the table new? It is new as well. Okay, I like that. I like the backsplash, and I like the combination of stuff they actually used in here for base game. I think it looks really good. I'm not sure if this wallpaper is new. I've never seen that, and it's been in the game. That's really nice. I have to remember to use that because I really do like that. Have a little archway coming in. Same old base game. This is a new rug, actually. Let's actually take a look and see what colors. So we have that one, which was in that little outhouse. This color green does have some really pretty swatches on it. Kind of looks like, I have to remember, it looks like a similar pack. We have to figure it out while we're here. Maybe I'm thinking of like Laundry Day, perhaps. Maybe it is Paranormal. It has like the same like texture and stuff to it. This looks like a new bookshelf, racketed, a great shelves. That was a mouthful. And it does have some really pretty like little swatches. It doesn't look like many of the things really like change orientation, just the colors that's on the books and the little picture frame change, but the way they're kind of stacked doesn't, which makes sense. Here's a table. We can quickly go through those swatches. So we do have some rundown looking swatches, and it looks like we have like a fairly decent, like nice one. At least 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. Okay, and the rest of them are kind of distressed. And then we have this lamp, which we didn't look at, and it has some really pretty like little patchwork. So I'm really excited to use that. Okay, so that's the bottom floor, but I want to go over here real quick just so we can kind of look at these beds. Now I've seen a ton of people use these in their Let's Plays. I don't think it has a lot of energy on it. That's the only thing. Yeah, it's energy 3. So your sim is going to have to like sleep quite a bit. But I think it's really cute and it fits with the vibe of Moonwood Mill. And then I want to look at these chairs. Okay, so they don't have a one that's not distressed, which is fine. It's the vibes of this world. Okay, so we do have an upstairs as well. I love this little mossy detail on the roof. We're going to have to use that for today. Is this a new picture? I can't tell. I think it's just a base game one, to be honest. Yeah, it's just a base game one. Okay, we'll have to look at that. Okay, we got bunk beds, which are really cute. We have that chair again, which I want to see. Okay, so we have some nice ones and then some little distressed ones. That chair again and some little posters. In this room, it looks like we have another little desk situation. Got those distressed ones too, and then we have some really clean ones as well, which is nice. Clothing storage chest. This is from the pack. Okay. Ooh, these are so nice. I think we got some other ones over in City Living. So that's nice to have to complement that. I like to, when I'm doing like apartments and stuff, which we need to do an apartment soon. When I do apartments, I like to put the chest because it's like extra storage and stuff. And I don't do attics very often, but like if we do an attic in one of our like fall builds, we can add some chests and stuff for just like lore. But it looks like we have some little scratch outs of the vampires and stuff, which if you're against vampires, I don't know why you would have their picture in your room anyway, but maybe it's there to get your nails sharpened from scratching it. But yeah, that looks like it's pretty much the upstairs, and then we have these little Home Depot plants as well. They kind of change. Ooh, I like this color. So yeah, that is that house. The world over here looks really good. We have, ooh, I don't like the texture on that, so I'm not gonna look at that. But we have another little secret hideout right there, which kind of plays into that little secret thing that's in Snowy Escape, I think Jungle Adventure, and some other packs where you have to explore it, and even in the base game too. Okay, and then we have a new moon shack. Let's go and check it out and see. And then also with these, we need to figure out where we want to build our tiny house for today. Let's see, afternoon light. Yeah, that's the best lighting. Okay, this little area is cute. We got like a, I think that's the community center or something over there. That's that house we were just at. So they're kind of neighbors. We're near like the mountains and stuff, which is cute. Okay, so we have a new fence. This is the woodsy plank fence. Is that what it said? I think so. Okay, let's look at the, oh, I can't look at the colors that way. I have to look at it this way. Okay, so we do have quite a bit of color. So we have some nice ones, and then we also have a little bit more distressed. And we didn't look at the mailbox. So we have some nice ones, and then you have some that look a little bit more weathered. But this is a cute little starter house. It has like a lot of like room to improve on the exterior. But let's go inside. So you have a little walkway. On the left hand side, we have like a little fireplace, somewhere to hang out and eat. A basic kitchen as well. I don't think any of this stuff is new. Nothing to really check out for right there. Nothing new with the bathrooms either. Or in this bedroom other than that chest that we already took a look at. And then this one. So It kind of looks just like base game. So we could renovate that for today, which could be a lot of fun. So maybe we do a little renovation instead of a build. We can kind of think about it. Okay, in this little area, we have an empty lot, which we can take a look at. I mean, we've been looking at the other empty lots within this series, so might as well take a little browser and see what it's working with. Okay, so it looks like we're near like a lumber yard or something, like a quarry. Lots and lots of room. I don't know what this is, so maybe that helps you determine when you will turn to a werewolf, like when the eclipse, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something, but like it helps you kind of figure out with the stars when you might be turning. And then we have a library. So this world is very small, but it is a pack. It's not an expansion pack. It's like a game pack. So those are typically like a little bit smaller. All right, this is the library. Let's go ahead and put that afternoon lighting on because that's the best. So we have that bar, which we're gonna look at next. The world is really cute though. It's quaint and cute. It's like a little town. So these are some new roofing details as well. So we have the skylight, which is really exciting. I don't know if we're going to be using that today, but we also have some sheet metal too. I don't know if there was any new landscaping, which we can explore as well when we get to the build. But we have telescope, which is something that's already in the game. And then we have this archway, which is new. I think this brick wall is new too. Yeah. And then we have quite a bit of like swatches, as you can tell at the bottom. For that, we have this iron door that also is new. I love the grungy look. I think it's really nice. Okay, this is new. Get Buff Machine. But is this one new? Where are you? I don't think it is. I think it's base game. So this one is a new one that came with the pack. It's nice. Maybe we can do like a little workout room or something. So I'm leaning more towards like renovating that place. Oh, and then we do have a basement in this one, but it looks like it just leads you to like a little outdoor area. So you can like do laps and run and kind of chill out while you're in your werewolf form. Okay, so moving in from the little gym, going over here, we have like a little computer lab. We already looked at those desks, but this is a new bookshelf. So we got at least 2 that came with this, and those are nice. They're a little bit different. I don't have many bookshelves, so real life have a lot of bookshelves, but in the game I have a decent amount. And here we have some of those new couches. I just love the patchwork. For some reason it's making me think of Ed, Edd n Eddy. I don't know why. Maybe I need to watch that soon. But we have these new lights, which that was the only reason why I was going to get that restoration kit, and I'm glad that I waited on it because I got it in the game. That's really nice. I didn't think I was going to use everything from the restoration pack anyway, so I was like, I don't really want to get that right now. So I'm glad that this like little light came with it because that's basically all I wanted that pack for. It looks like we do have a new shower. Ooh, cute. Let me make sure this is new. It's a base game shower. What? Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's really nice. Okay. Got some new light fixtures though, for sure. Trash can, a little place to go into your werewolf form. And then you go upstairs and it just has some more plants. Looks like there weren't that many plants that came with this pack because I see they're using the same ones kind of often, but I like this a lot. And then I think this telescope is new. Yeah. Let's go ahead and look at the swatches too since we're here. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that was the library slash gym slash hangout little area. I think that would be nice if you were actually playing like a rags to riches or just like playing through the packs, which I don't know. I haven't looked too far ahead in the very veggie. Right now we're on eggplant, and that's more of like romantic, Ciudad Amarada and stuff like that, like Love Struck. So I'm not sure like what's coming up because I'm trying to like surprise myself as we go. So we might actually be playing werewolves sometime in the lineage, but this is the Grim Tooth Bar and Bunker. Now, when I was looking at other people's Let's Plays, it looks like a lot of occults just gravitate to over here, which is nice. But werewolves and vampires, from my understanding, don't have the best relationship. So they're probably beefing and fighting all the time over here. But it looks like we got a fence, chain link fence, yeah. I did have another one. I think it was from Get to Work. So that's nice to have a different variation of it. We got some little poof stools, which are actually just tire seats. And let's go ahead and check out the swatches. I like that. Just like subtle little details. We got a new campfire, which is nice too. Cozy is a junk-filled one, which is really nice. And then we have this little mossy seat. I'm liking you. That is cute. They got me. Let's look at the swatches. I think this might be new, but it's kind of looking like a base game item. Yeah. It is base game. Okay, so when you come into the bar, we have the little hangout section right there. We have this nice cozy bar, which is really cute. They really did a good job with this caravan. That is nice. And then I don't know what's over here. Is this like a little underground bunker? Oh my gosh, it is. Shoot. Okay, hold on, wait. So you come in from right here. It's like no trespassing. Bathroom, kitchen. The distressed flooring is new. I have to click on it though so we can look at the tiles. So it looks like the little brown swatch pretty much stays the same on all of them except for this gray one. Then it has like a little dark gray black swatch. But we got some junky clothes. Fight the Resistance, it looks like. So like a cute little hangout. I don't know if this is where Rory is, but I know there's like another little area like by, like if you explore the world some more, it's another little area where Rory and her team hangs out. So I don't think that one is actually it. But here's another little hangout place. You can sing, listen to jukebox, hang out, dance, all that fun stuff. Might be nice to put like a little dance floor in there. And then a little bathroom. So that is the world of Moonwood Mill. I think for today, I did have some picture inspiration when I was looking on Pinterest, but I kind of want to do a little renovation of this new wood, what's it called? New Moon Shack, and do a little renovation with just base game and the Werewolves pack, because I think that'll be fun and we can kind of explore also what this pack has to offer. So let's go ahead and do this. Now I want to keep the bones kind of the same, but I do want to give some improvement. So we're going to take away all of this because, oh wait, hold on. Is this new? Planter drawer. It is. New planters are always my favorite. Oh, those are so pretty. Okay, let's just keep that up there right now. But I'm going to get rid of this landscaping because I am going to do that. Let's go ahead and turn the move objects on because you got to have those on because your girl loves to all place. And I'm going to move this up front because I typically like for that stuff to be up front. If we go to stairs, are there any stairs that came with werewolves? Wolves, where are you? There are. Okay. We don't even know like the color or vibe though. Yeah, we don't know the color or vibes. So let's get rid of that. Maybe let's go. And is there any railing that came? There is. We can do like the little matching railing. Okay, I want to see about doors. So we got quite a few. We have the archway that we looked at. We have this big industrial door, which is not going to fit. We have a graffiti one and then kind of a distressed one. And then we have this woodsy door. Now, I don't necessarily think that one's going to look like we wanted to for this house, so we might have to figure out another little door situation. I'm thinking of like one of the happy birthday doors that we got. This exterior door, that one's nice. Let me also save just in case. I do have this. I'm wondering what this house is on. Okay, it's on small. Because sometimes they like to trick me and put it on medium wall height. I'm like, girl, I didn't sign up for that. Honestly thinking something like this would look the best. I want to see the options. Because that looks a little bit too modern. And that's just like a teeny bit too small for this area. So maybe we go with, I like that color, which makes me want to see about some different stairs. The red's not really fitting too well. What about like a yellow? Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. And then we can get some different railing. Something, I might do it a little bit darker as well. Now, there are some windows that came and we could use these honestly. Let's try to make these windows work. We have this one, which is just a cutout. I don't think that's gonna work. And this one, we're not really doing an outhouse vibe. But we have this one, large one, and then this small factory. I'm thinking maybe we do those two. Let me check from the inside because we are gonna like move some stuff around. I think I like that. We'll pull that up some. Ooh, wait, this one. Because it has that black and brown. Is there a black and brown swatch? Maybe we just use that solid one. That works. And then let's bring some color. Let's do some blue. Okay, we're going to replace the fence. But I just want to move like all of this stuff over. And then we can maybe change this to another color like a yellow. There was no trim that came, which is fine. Let's go over to base game. I'm thinking of maybe some of that wood or that brick will look the best. That brings in some of that black too that's on the windows. Let's just add this all the way around. And then I'm gonna go actually copy these stairs, copy the railing. And then we're gonna use that little door that came with werewolves because that one might fit a little bit better back here. I don't know. I'm thinking, like, I'm sorry, I'm going as I'm like seeing it, and I'm like, I don't know about that one. Maybe we should just use like a regular brown back door. So I'm gonna go over to colors. Let's do dark brown. And I think you would want like a little window or something in it just so you can see. Let's do that. And then I might move this trash can back. And then let's add some lights. So I'm gonna get rid of dark brown and base game. Okay, so there weren't many lights that came with werewolves. I think I thought I saw some other ones, but that is okay. There's some of like one of my favorite ones that I always use. I'm looking for it. It almost looks like a little canteen, but honestly, this could work for like our lights. Do something like that. Okay, I'm gonna take base game off because I wanna go, I like the idea of using these all the way around. So let's just see how they're gonna look. Put another window right there, one right there. Might scooch that over so it's a little bit more even. Put another one right there. We'll do a smaller one in there. We'll do a big one right here because this one is gonna be the bathroom. So I'm gonna go back over to base game, dark brown, and we're just gonna do like one of these little windows for the bathroom. I think I like that. And I'm gonna get rid of this vent. I don't really care about that. I love a good flower box, so I'm just gonna add these all the way around. That one's placing a little bit higher than I wanted to. Okay, before I go into the montage of doing like the landscaping and stuff like that, I want to see about the type of like wallpaper and stuff that maybe came with this. So it looks like we have just brick. I don't have many options. So I'm wondering if we should just do all brick around because that is nice. Or maybe we should go like a little bit lighter, and which makes me want to perhaps change the foundation. So let's go back over to base game. Where are you, base game? And we're using gray. I want like a gray and black almost, yeah. Or. I'm gonna bring this little window down one, and then I'm gonna copy it and also put it up here. Maybe one over on this side too. Let's look at the roofing texture because we did get 2, I wanna say, with the werewolves. We got 3. Okay, so we got the whole sheet metal, which those are the colors. Whole field sheet metal, which we could use that, but I think I want to do some mossy bits. So we'll just use that one. There was no trim, which is fine. We can just go. And I might want to bring some more of that light brown in. Well, it's like a medium brown, so let's do that. And then I want to go to wallpapers just once more, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. See, I thought there was like paneling, like wood paneling, but when I searched for it, it wasn't in there. Maybe it's just like regular wallpaper. I don't know. I just want to change the color of this. So let's just do, alrighty. I might honestly do one more thing. Let's grab one of these little windows. So like I typically do for my builds, I'm gonna go in and do some landscaping, and then I'm gonna gut the inside of the house, and then we can start decorating our werewolf little shack for today. Alrighty, so this is what the house is looking like, you guys. I also have a Bobo. He wanted me to hold him, so he's on my lap right now. So if you hear something or you see me move, it's him. But this is what I did on the exterior. So using just base game, of course, in werewolves, we have some of the werewolf stuff right there. We have a little bush as well, those little planter boxes. This is base game, and also there wasn't much landscaping that honestly came with werewolves. As I'm looking, it was just that bush, so we had to kind of use some of our favorite things from base game, which is fine. Then we have the fence from werewolves. Bubba, what are you doing? How don't you just lay down? You were laying so well. Alrighty, and then on the backhand side, this is what I did as well. I decided to cut off the fence right there just so they have a little bit more like privacy, but with like shrubbery and stuff like that. I used the new like little trash can and then the regular trash can right there, and that is pretty much what the exterior is looking like. So when we go inside, I actually gutted the inside, you guys. Let me put him down. He was not having fun. Okay, so the front, I kept it pretty much the same. I just kind of opened it up a little bit because I really want to use those arches that did come with werewolves. So I put one right there leading into the common area and then leading into the kitchen. So I just put like sheetrock down right now so we can kind of decide how we want to style it. So I think I want to do like a bedroom, office bedroom, or maybe like a kid's bedroom and like a regular bedroom. Then we have a bathroom right here, just using base game, all around, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And then that little painting from Werewolves. So let's go ahead and actually go over to Werewolves, because I did use the flooring in here. I was like, I don't think there was like any wood flooring, and I really want some wood flooring. I don't want to look like super distressed, but I do want to look a little bit more worn. So I never used these subfloor slats, and I think this is its moment to shine. It's not the cutest. It looks like it would hurt your feet because it has like little brackets sitting up. I want my Sims to be uncomfortable, so I wonder if we should do maybe some of this, because this still looks a little distressed, but it looks warm, but it still looks nice. Okay, let's go over. I think the only wallpaper that did come with Werewolves is like this stuff. I'm not sure if I want to use that since we already used it so much outside. So let's just go ahead and go over to Base Game. I want to see about some wallpaper. So maybe this is, I think you would want the parents' bedroom to be like towards the front in case anything happened. But maybe we can say this is like a teen or something, and then this is the bedroom back here, because this is bigger for parents. So let's go ahead and look for the kiddos. I want to use some wallpaper I typically don't like use. So what if we use something like that? And then for in this room, maybe we can do like one of these. I like the blue, and this is similar to what they actually had in the original house. So I am going to go ahead and replace these lights. There's not like a ton in Base Game. They're like fabulous and I love them. So we're going to just like size these down, and then we'll add saucer lights, of course, if we need some extra lighting. But we'll just kind of place these down and size them down one. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so going over into Werewolves, I think I want to see everything. Please and thank you. Okay, so we did get a ceiling fan, which honestly, ceiling fan would be really nice. So we might have to get rid of these, which is fine. We'll just use saucer lights instead. So taking back what I said, let's go and look for some saucer lights, because I do want to try to use as much as possible. And then I go to manage worlds. On accident. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, take me back. Alright, like I was saying, I want to see about these, and hopefully you can see it pretty well. It looks like it's coming up pretty good on my second monitor. Let's just use those for all of those. Okay, like I was saying, I want to see everything from Werewolves. Please and thank you. So let's go over. So we got a desk, we got a little stool. We might not use all of this stuff, but I want to use as much as I possibly can. So what is this? Factory rubble. There's quite a bit. Okay, did it come with like a full bed? It did come with a kid's bed. So maybe we start with like the kiddos' bedroom first. And I love this. I'm going to use that in the center, so it's like a little walkway. And then we can put maybe a table underneath. I'm going all out of order. I want to just see, and it doesn't look like we have one, so we can add one from Base Game right there. Maybe we can have, I'm thinking if we have a teen bedroom. Oh, the window looks so good out there though. We'll use that really pretty color. This house is gonna look a little shabby and run down, but they're trying their best. As you can tell, they're trying. I do want to get like a little desk. You can maybe situate the chair right there. So maybe we put the desk, this layout, y'all. We can get a better chair and a better side table. We can use one from Base Game. We use that right there. So if they're like working and doing school from home, they have like a decent little background. We do have a wall clock. Wait, we need to use a wall clock. I'm gonna stick it in the kitchen so I don't forget. Then we have a bassinet, which I don't think I'm gonna use, but I will show you the bassinet. That's just what it's looking like. Cute, cute, cute. We can look at the little swatches too, so you can see everything that came. That is nice though, but I didn't put a bathtub, so we're not gonna use it. Y'all, I just don't know where to put some of this stuff because it's not like fitting like I really wanted to. We can use one of those little patchworks. We can put like a little cute stuffy right there. Does it have any other little colors? It does. Let's do a little blue. And then since we have like a pink and blue thing going on, let's try to find, something that matches. We have this replica display, but it's just a little bit too big for the bathroom. And then maybe we can use like one of these, like little rugs. Let's leave it right here, and then we can come back, of course, for Base Game stuff. Let's maybe do our living room. Oh, we have a sundial. Wait, let's put the sundial out there because I didn't even see that. Memento, fungus, among us. a little 7 years unlucky. I do want to get a little side table, you guys, so I'm all over the place. Let's go to base game. I'm gonna do werewolves and base game because that's gonna be the easiest for me. So going back into the kiddos room, she's not gonna have like a little bedside table, but we could add some little things from the base game. So let's look for a nice little desk chair. I'm thinking like one of these because they look more childlike. Yeah, and a little pinky color. That's cute. Let's get a little Blarfy. I wish there was like a werewolf one that came, but it doesn't look like there was. So we'll give her a little unicorn and maybe a toy box right there. And then we can change it to be, ooh, those colors are not that cute. Are there any other toy boxes? Not really. There's some better looking swatches. Yeah, that purple works. Okay, so for blind, move this back some. We'll use those blinds right there, and I'm gonna change the color. Don't you worry your pretty head about it. I'm gonna change it. Cute. We might need a little defender light in here, so I can grab one of those so our little sim is not scared of the dark or monsters under the bed. Like it. Okay, so we need just a few more little final touches, and that is gonna be maybe some little pictures. So let's put a picture right there. I like that. I'm gonna go over to clutter, you guys, and I want to see about like a little backpack. But I'm not seeing one, so I might just put this little object right here so it looks like she has some toys kind of hanging out. Is there like a werewolf version? Nah, but we'll use that one because that is cute. Okay, so the kiddos room is done. Let's go ahead and go into the parents' bedroom. So we're gonna have to use base game, which is fine. We can make it work. What if we use, I mean, this is kind of like elaborate, but I kind of like it. So what if we use that one? Is there any like better swatches? So let's do that. Might need to play with the orientation just a little bit. Is there a darker? These might work. So let's put 2 of those right there. And I might scooch this bed over just a little bit so our sim definitely has enough room to actually get inside. There was a mirror that came with werewolves, like a destroyed one, but I'm not seeing it right there, so it might be in wall hangings. I am going to give maybe some flowers. And that came from the Back to the Future little thing we did. I'm gonna take off base game just so I can like see what comes. I think I might use 2 of these little photos again because they did have some really pretty swatches. Something like that. It's not even, I don't think. So yeah, something like that. We did get some rugs. Now, if I use that rug, I'm gonna have to make the bed a little bit more muted, and I'm really liking the bed, so maybe we just look for a rug that kind of complements this, and then we can use the funky one in the living room. Let's do that. Is there any dressers or anything? Yeah, we got this one, which we looked at. So we'll use that for our little dresser, and then maybe we can get like another little wardrobe. We can get a smaller one. That one just looks so distressed to me. I wish they had like a neater one. Maybe we just do like one of these. They're fancy. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna use the same ones that I used in the kiddos' bedroom, and I'm just gonna make these into a white swatch. I say that. I don't like those. And I don't really care for the ones that came with the werewolf, so I'm not gonna use those. Like nice. These are a little bit too big. Well, it fits right there. It might be trying to clip though. Let's stick that right there. A little Chester set right there. And I'm gonna take base game off just so I can see everything again that came. I might actually use some of this greenery up here. So that won't be actually functional, but you can use that Chester drawer. So that is fine. Maybe not a poster board in their room. We do have a gnome, which honestly, let's stick the werewolf gnome out there because that's cute. I don't know. I don't think there's anything really else that we can maybe fit in here. I could put a little light, like 2 little of these little tulip lights. And there we have it. That is the parents' bedroom. It's a little bit different. It's not super decorative like I would like, but we're trying to use everything in the pack. But I like that. Let's go ahead and save just in case. Alrighty, so like I was saying, I want to use like a little etage table, entryway table to put over here. And here's the one I was thinking of. The only thing is that that is in the way because they won't be able to get in there. What if we do like a little coat instead? Maybe we use like a little chair. What about like one of these little stools? And then we can do something else right there. I don't really care for that either. Ooh, what about this? Instead of that lamp, let's maybe do, I mean, it is kind of in the way of you looking at your clothes, but I like it, so we're gonna keep it. I do want to do a runner, and there's not many runners. We honestly need like a nice little update of like some runners for base game. We're gonna work with what we got, so we'll use that one. And I want to put some type of picture right here, but I don't want to overuse the ones from Werewolves, so maybe we use like one of those, and then like a little collage right there. Is there any with silver? Yeah. Okay, so what we need also in this little landing room, we need us, okay, so that is our little entry room situated. Let's go ahead, I guess we can keep just going like from left to right. I do want to put another fireplace right there because that was so pretty. I really did like it a lot. So let's use this really pretty wood burning one. And I want to do something different. So I've been seeing in some of the other builds of people doing like, but I don't know how to do quarter tile placement. That is the only thing. Oh, and I forgot to change the wallpaper on that. Duh. I was kind of like fine with the wallpaper that was already in there, but I like the brown. So I'm going to change the flooring tiles to maybe something like this. And then we can grab this brick. I think I like it. Let's go over to, I'm going to take base game off. Let's do werewolves again so I can see our thing. Because there was some like little things that we can use. So I want to use those plants, but they look more like outdoors plants. Suspicious stationery. There it goes, the little wood logs. And I wonder if I search fire, will it come up like a fire poker? Yeah, size it down one because it is kind of big. Cute, cute, cute. Werewolves and base game again. Thank you, thank you. Get them a nice, lovely TV. And do that cozy little swatch. I can use this, so maybe it would be best if I like change up the swatches a little bit on that. Is there any sculptures? Let's take base game off. Okay, we just have those. Any more pictures that we can use? Maybe we can use like another one of, oh, there's nowhere to really add this, but I'm gonna put it in the back. Cute. Okay, so going back over to base game, because we're going back and forth, let's put a bookcase. That one's really nice. This one might fit the space a little bit better. Do something like that. We can bring some more light into this room. Couch. So we do have this one. So I say we try to make this couch work. I know it's not like the vibes and stuff of the house. We're trying to make it look a little bit more like cute. Let's get another little accent table and maybe grab one of those. It looks like it has some clutter in it. We're doing that tan color. It's got this really pretty big plant that we never get to use because it's just humongous. We'll do it in that sad beige color. Find some more little clutter, so like some little toys. I like that. I think that looks really good. So we're gonna add a rug too. I did not forget. I almost did, but I didn't. Scoop this back some just because that might catch on fire. That's kind of their fault if it does. So let's use this. I think the walls need to be a little bit lighter, y'all, because they're looking a little bit too dark. Yeah, I think that woke it up just a ton. Cute. Okay, so let's start looking at the little dining room because they did have a dining room right here, and I think that would be really nice because we are kind of limited for space. So let's go over to dining room. So we do have this little table. We do have these chairs. I think we should try to make them work. I'm gonna place them on just a little bit of an angle. I think our Sims will still be able to get around, but maybe I just do it this way. It's not completely centered with the window, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna search back. Maybe they're doing like little school work or something. That's what I wanted to do. I was looking for like the little backpack though. Kids activities. Okay, this will work. Like a little lunchbox. And maybe we can use this rug. I never use it just because I think it's so outdated and ugly. Let's try to make it work. I'll copy this little light again. We can stick it right there. Then maybe we can do another one of these paintings and just get like a different one. I likes that. Last thing that we might need to add on the table, we're just gonna do some flowers because I think that's pretty. And I might move this out just a little bit. Okay, so that should be enough room for them to kind of route around. Not too mad about it. I might grab one of these little windows because I think having just another little source of light would be really nice right there. So we'll do that. Okay, so going over back into base game in Werewolves, we also need to save because I like to save after I finish each room just in case. I never have issues with crashing, but knock on wood, just in case. We want to always be prepared. I'm gonna just grab this and put that all around. So now we got to figure out kitchen counters. I think we might do best with getting like some of these because they look a little outdated. They kind of fit the vibes of the house. So let's go these. And I like that color it came in. We're gonna do a nice sink, do a nice fridge. And maybe over here we can do a nice little stove because I imagine these Sims do like to cook. And then we can get the little matching cabinets that came with. Okay, so this is what I have so far for the kitchen. I just added a little bit of clutter that I have from base game. I kept that little fixture that we got from Werewolves. I might, change the swatch, and I gave them the money bin just so they can kind of get their money up as they move into this house. And And then over here, I added this little thing from Base Game. I just think it's so cute. Let's change the swatch. Size down the little hardwood, which we can also change the swatch, and gave him a little wall phone. Now I'm going to take Base Game off just because I want to just make sure I'm not missing anything that I might want to include within this. So we can maybe put, I don't have like much of like a little area right here. But maybe as you're like gardening, because I know I have like a little stool and stuff that I sit if I'm like bending over for too long. I don't want to mess up my back. So I have that. For outdoors, we don't really need a telescope or anything like that. And these plants are cute, but yet we don't really need them at the moment. We did those sundials. We used that. We used this. We used that. Maybe we can get another little toy for put the baby's toy on the ground, maybe. They're like playing in there and watching TV. I think that might be kind of everything that we want to use. Let's see if these chairs maybe slot. They don't. Okay. We'll just use the ones we had. I wanted to see if there was any other like little wall hangings, but it doesn't really look like it, which is fine. Don't mind it. Yeah, I don't think I want to use any of the ripped up things. That is okay. Let's go back to Base Game. Any other little clutter bits maybe we can add? Well, no, maybe not that. No, I think that might be it. Maybe the best thing would be to add a nice plant. We haven't even used my favorite one from Base Game. Do that. But that is our werewolf house, you guys. I think it turned out really, really cute, and I'm really happy with the way that it looks. I think it's a nice renovation upgrade using just Base Game and werewolves. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, friends. If you did, make sure it's fun things like give it a big old like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, as well as press that bell notification so you can notify each and every time that I post. And until next time, friends, I hope you are doing swell, and I will see you very soon.